Assalamu alaikum students, this is me, your Pakistan studies teacher, and today we are going to start our third session. This is my first video of session 3, and our topic is the ideology of Pakistan in the light of the statement of Allama Iqbal and Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and that is on page number 9. Okay, so I will read this topic or explain this topic from your book. So open your books, all of you. Now in the first paragraph they are saying that, like the other leaders of the Muslims in the subcontinent, okay, so as all of them are struggled for the creation of the Pakistan or for the separate state for the Muslim, okay, so among all of them, Quaid-e-Azam and Muhammad Ali Jinnah was a prominent leader who played their role in the creation of Pakistan. They were the prominent leader among all of them. Okay, so first of all, Allama Iqbal. Allama Iqbal was the person who gave the idea of the creation of a separate independent state for the Muslims of the subcontinent. Okay, and after that, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and he gave a practical shape to this idea, and finally Pakistan came into being on 14 August 1947. So basically in this chapter we are talking about the ideology. Okay, so basically we are talking about ideology. So now these two prominent leaders, they also explain the ideology of Pakistan in their different statement on the different occasion. Okay, so basically we are going to start we are going to discuss about the statement in which they talk about, or in which they explain the ideology of Pakistan. Okay, so let's start from the Allama Muhammad Iqbal. Okay, so Allama Muhammad Iqbal was a poet and philosopher. Okay, and he was also called the poet of East and also called the national poet of Pakistan, as well as he was also called the spiritual father of Pakistan. Is that clear? Okay, now he was born on November 9, 1877 in the city of Sialkot, and he was died on April 21 in the year of 1938 in the city of Lahore. Clear? That was the information about the Allama Iqbal. Now let's see your book. Okay, so Allama Muhammad Iqbal, like Sir Syed Ahmad Khan as well as other leaders, Allama Muhammad Iqbal was also previously in the favor of the United Independent India. Okay, he was in the favor of the Hindu-Muslim unity. Clear? But after that, after the later development, okay, the later development or the later events which we have also which I have also discussed in my last videos, okay, if you remember. So but due to this later events, so the Quaid-e-Azam Allama Iqbal, so the Allama Iqbal also realized that the Hindu and the Muslim, they are a separate nation from each other. Okay, like just like Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, okay, is that it means that Allama Muhammad Iqbal was also in the favor of the two nation theory, just because of the behavior of the Hindus and the events which show a major difference between, and which show the hatred of the Hindus towards the Muslim. Clear? So in the year of 1930, when Allama Muhammad Iqbal he delivered his presidential address. Okay, how he present his presidential address and where it was about uh, um, the annual meeting of All India Muslim League. Okay, so when the Muslim League was established, it was a political party. It was established in the year of 1906. Okay, so every year they arranged an annual session. Session means meeting. Okay, they arranged annual meeting. So in that meeting, when that meeting was also arranged in the year of 1930, and at that time Allama Iqbal was the president of that party, and he presented his address. So that is called the presidential presidential address, means a speech, okay, his presidential speech. So in this presidential speech, Qaid-e-Azam gave a statement, okay. Now what was the statement and what he said that in this statement? Let's see that, okay. Okay, Qaid-e-Azam, Allama Iqbal. Allama Iqbal said that India is a continent of human groups. Okay, continent means a large compact mass of land having its all natural resources. Okay, so that is a continent. So he said that India is a continent of human groups, okay, where different people, group of people, where different group of people are living. So these group of people, they are belonging to different races, okay. Races means when the people, they are belong to same genetic stocks, or when a people, they are differentiated by their physiques, okay, by their religion or by their language and color, etc., okay. So these differences are called the different races, okay. So he said that India is a continent of human groups, and these human groups are belong to different races. They are speaking different languages and they are professing different religion. Professing means they are obeying, they are practicing different religion, okay. So if all of these are differences among the people of the subcontinent, so for all of these groups of people, it is impossible to implement the European democracy. Clear? Because some group of people, they are in majority and some are in minority. So the principle of the European democracy cannot be implemented in India, as the European democracy. I have discussed this thing in my previous videos. Like it is on the basis of election, the new government will be selected, okay, and every person of the nation, they will vote for their candidates, okay. So on the basis of this European democracy, as the population of the Hindus, they were in majority in the subcontinent, so it was clearly shown that the Hindus, they can easily won all the elections, and so definitely they can run the government after the election. So in that case, the Muslims, they were also in minority, so there will be no chance for the Muslims to take part in the government. That's why Allama Iqbal said that the principle of that European democracy, that cannot be implemented in India. Clear? So the Muslim demand for a Muslim India within India. Okay, now Allama Iqbal said that the Muslims should have their own separate state that will be called Muslim India. Clear? And where it will be located, that will be within the same India. So therefore, perfectly justified. This will be a clear or a perfect justice for the Muslim. This statement is clear. Okay, now in the same Allahabad address, Allama Iqbal also presented the idea of the Muslim state in these words. As he said that the Muslim demanded for a Muslim India, now he also clearly explained this thing, okay. He clearly explained this thing in his next statement. Okay, what is the next statement? That is on page number 10. Allama Iqbal said that I would like to see Punjab, Northwest Frontier Province, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Sindh and Balochistan amalgamated. Amalgamated means joined together. So he is saying that all of these areas, because these are the Muslim majority areas, so when they join together into a single state, okay, so that will be a separate state for the Muslim, and it appears to be the final destiny, means it will comes the final destination of the Muslim of the northwestern India, okay. That was the demand of the Muslims, and so that will be a perfect justice for the Muslim, and that will be the perfect the final destination of the Muslim of the northwestern India. So in this statement, Qaid-e-Azam Allama Iqbal also explained the area of the area of the present Pakistan, okay, at that time. So that was Punjab, Northwest Frontier Province like Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Sindh and Balochistan. Clear? But remember this thing, at that time, the name of the Pakistan was not suggested at that time, okay? At that time, Allama Iqbal, he just gave the idea of the separate state, like to which part of the subcontinent they could join together and where we can form a new state for the Muslims, okay? But the name was not suggested at that. This idea that was presented by Allama Iqbal in the year of 1930, and the name of the for the Pakistan that was suggested in the year of 1933 by Chaudhry Rahmat Ali. Is that clear?